I love it. What's up, Simon?
What was the question, Vitaly?
How are you guys?
Vitaly, what was the last thing you said? You said, sorry, I was had a call coming in. It was breaking up.
Why Endotech essentially chose to partner with you to lead the dev team and all of that into that smart contract? Like, you had a previous relationship with them, or
yeah, I think it was a couple of things. So my partner Edward Kemchin is the one who introduced me to Endotech. So Edward Kemchin, yeah. Ankur, I think that's who you were asking me about as well. Edward is a good friend of mine. We've done some business together in the past, and he introduced me to Endotech last year. Edward flew out to Israel to meet them and introduced me to them last year. And so I started to build a good relationship with them. I was looking at some different things with them over the last year. I brought Endotech to a couple of traditional MLMs, Kavera, if you guys have ever heard of Kavera, and a company called Beyond. Both pretty small companies, but I'm good friends with the CEOs of their companies, and they were financial companies, so I felt like it was a good fit. At the time, I wasn't doing anything in the industry. I wasn't interested in doing anything, so I just was brokering some good deals. And this summer, Dr. Anna shared with me the vision of this Daisy AI, and they were looking for investment capital at the time.
When it was? December?
No, this was, I think, June or July. I think it was summertime where they. Yeah, where she told me about Daisy. Yeah, about this Daisy AI development that they wanted to do, and they needed 10 million to fund the project. And that's what kind of led me down this path of saying, okay, how can we bring those two worlds together? We've built a lot of trust with Endotech over the last year. Edward has a great relationship with Dimitri. They're both from Georgia. They're both Georgianian, so they have a good common ground there.
Dimitri is from Georgia?
Yeah. Yeah, he's from Georgia.
And Edward is too. From
Georgia. And Edward is too. Edward lives in the U.S. now. But there's a lot of trust that has been built there. We've brought investors, and I brought a hedge fund over to them this summer, and we've just always had very congruent conversations, right? I love AI, I love technology.
But you also flew to Israel to meet them?
Edward has. I have not. Edward has. Yeah. In the very beginning, Edward flew out. This was 2 years ago, I think. He flew out there to meet them and make sure that it was all real and that they were real. And yeah, so it's just been interesting. So I think we've built a lot of trust with them. They see how we do business. We've kept our word on everything with other projects. I think they know that our intentions and the motivation behind what we're doing, that comes from a pure place. They've seen a lot of bad actors in their journey as well in network marketing. So there's been some bad players that have come across their path. And so I think they saw the difference in how we do things, and that earned their trust as well. So yeah, I think all of that coming together. And at the end of the day, I think we were the first company that, instead of us saying, hey, what can you do for us, and try to use them for their technology, when I came to them with the first initial idea, it was about them. It was about their vision. It was about, where do they want to go as a company, and how can we help you get there, right? So it was more than just the $10 million. It was the, being able to build the trading fund up and create the story. It was being able to take their company public, so they're traded on the stock exchange. And once I really connected with what was important to them, and then figured out a solution where we can help them get what they want, and at the same time, we can have a very good story to wrap around this model, it just kind of all came together.
So they still need to develop it, right? They need $10 million to develop
the Daisy AI. So their current platform is live and rocking. I mean, they have their first generation of AI, but Daisy is a whole nother level of artificial intelligence. In fact, it doesn't exist right now in the fintech world. It's deep. It's going to take into account even the social opinion of the markets. For example, just in cryptocurrency is, is the market bearish or bullish from an emotional perspective, from a mental perspective? And it's going to take all of these data points into consideration that right now aren't a part of the current trading logic. So it's a really big project, much bigger than what we're doing, because from the stock perspective, it's going to be a big story as well. They're going to bring the most powerful AI system to the fintech space. It doesn't exist right now in the entire fintech world. So it's a big story even outside of network marketing. The equity component there. I think it's going to be a big play when we go public with Endotech. I think there's going to be I think it's going to do really well in the stock market. So yeah, all of that combined, it just came together. And the offer, when I offered them what came together too, we weren't being greedy. We said, look, we want to create a real win-win here. And it just fit. It was just the right time for them. It was the right time for us. The other thing that really sealed it for Dr. Anna is the smart contract side of it. So when I presented her, I said, look, I want to do a crowdfunding model with Daisy, but I want to do it in a smart contract. She loved that concept because she's seen a lot of the abuses in MLM. She's seen a lot of MLM owners and network marketing companies really fuck people over financially and not keep their promises. And she didn't want to be a part of that ugly side of the industry. So the idea of keeping it pure, keeping it real, keeping it transparent was very exciting to her as well. So, and I did it, and I'm sharing that because I did an interview with her yesterday. I recorded an interview that we'll be making, editing and making available. But that's one of the things that she said was when the idea of smart contract was introduced to her, this was one of the biggest things that got her excited about the Daisy crowdfund model. So she shared some of that in the video.
Nice. I'll be really interested to see that interview with Dr. A. Is she's living here in Israel as well?
Yeah.
In the offices? So I probably can get there and I can shoot like videos with all of that, create some marketing materials.
That would be so sick. That'd be so sick. Because she's real nervous in front of camera. So she actually tried, like she was supposed to record some videos and send them to us a week ago. And I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, how's the videos coming? She's like, I hate them. She's like, every time I try to record, it doesn't come out good. I'm nervous.
I'm visiting
so
the office on Wednesday. So
what's that?
I'm visiting the offices on Wednesday.
Oh, cool. Very cool. So that's when I told her, I was like, hey, let's just jump on a Zoom and let's just have a conversation and I'll record it. And you don't feel like you're in front of a camera. It's just me and you hanging out and we're going to talk about what you love. We're going to talk about technology. So she's like, oh, that'd be great. So it was awesome. She was so natural. She was relaxed. She was funny. So it worked really well. So if you can get some good videos, that would be killer.
Oh, I can.
Vitaly has a knack for interviewing, man, and like he really goes to an extent that the guy on the interview is like they start getting pissed off. His questions are nonstop.
Well, you understand that's like,
that's his skill set. Yeah, that's the skill set.
But it's genius because you guys, I think you guys already know the Daisy word is out. Everybody knows it's out. So Vitaly, if you're the guy that shows up with a personal video with Dr. Anna,
that'll be powerful.
Oh my God.
Oh yes, I will. And with Dimitri as well.
Oh,
I'll interview them, create a story. You gotta create a story that is good for Endotech, how it was born, and you're telling me they want to why they want to go public. What is the reason they want to go public?
I just think as a technology, I think, it's for every technology company, I think that's that's always kind of the golden parachute dream of, getting a huge valuation and being able to go public and just increase their worth. So I think that's they've always wanted to go public. Just, they're not there yet. It's premature. So we can take this story. This is a really good story to tell. And, in 2022, I think would be a good time for them to go public. So I don't know the reasons why, other than I'm sure it's just financial. I'm sure it's, extract value out of the story. And, AI has a huge valuation multiplier, right? So if you're in fintech and AI, the valuation multiplier is just really sexy. 50, it can be up to 50x.
Like they're planning to sell the company?
I don't think so. I don't know if they have an actual sell exit strategy, but to be able to sell shares in the company and be able to extract value out of that, I'm sure is part of their plan.
What is the current valuation, of
100 million.
So that was done by an independent firm, like how it was evaluated, 100 million.
Anyway, yeah, I think it was a 10x factor on their current AUM. Their AUM is 10 million right now. It's pretty small, and 10x that I think was where that came from. That's how we came up with the 10%. So like in our model,
it is small for a hedge. Are they doing a hedge fund model? Like I know
they're not doing a hedge fund model. What they've done up until now is they've built AI platforms for other companies, for brokerage firms, right? So they've built the AI backbone for that. And then when they built Endotech, that was where they said, hey, what if we create our own trading platform? And ultimately, they really wanted to go to the retail market. That was their dream. Dr. Anna shared that in the video as well, that they really always have wanted to go to the retail market and make this level of trading available to the everyday person. So this is the other reason why. It was one of the questions I asked her is why is she excited about partnering with the Daisy crowdfund model? And that's why was one of her answers is she said it's a really good fit because we've always had a dream of bringing this to the masses, to the people in a retail environment. And this allows us to do exactly that, to accomplish that goal. So the truth is they're very brilliant technology people. They're not marketers. They're not marketers. They don't have necessarily the reach, the business reach, but they're geniuses. And that's what Edward and I saw is they're absolutely genius at what they do. And they need us as much as we need them. We can really help each other because they're not marketers, but nobody in the world has what they have, right? So, and that's the other.
I know they've been selling those licenses for $6,000 or so. Initially, they have. I remember Dimitri was telling me last year they sold like 150 of these licenses or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they were selling, like licenses to people so they can trade on their own exchange with their technology. And not everybody could afford the $6,000, obviously, but back at the time they sold about 150 licenses.
Oh, cool.
Now he told me they're taking 15% upfront of the deposit. If somebody wants to trade with $1 million, they would take 150,000,
125,000, yeah,
upfront, and then split the profits.
Yeah. So this model works, and they're getting so 2% of the upfront money goes to them in our model, but of course it's going to be a huge number, right? So it's not, it's a massive number. So they get 2% upfront. They still get back end profit sharing on the back end. So it's different model, but yeah, it's a big win for them. It's going to provide cash flow and it's going to fund their project. And, it's a good roadmap for them too.
Right. So that $10 million, you say they're not like trading in one place. It's all combined, the different hedge funds or companies. Like
no, that's what their AI bots are their in-house AI bots are connected to different trading accounts. So they diversify that, and they call them strategies. So they have different algorithms that are different strategies. Like, they have an alpha strategy that trades long and short. So markets are up, markets are down. They just launched their leverage strategies. They have a beta strategy for like people in the US that aren't allowed to margin trade or trade short. They have a beta strategy. So they have different strategies. They have actually a Bitcoin to Ethereum strategy that's designed just to grow your Bitcoin. It's not a US dollar strategy. So they have these different strategies, and then investors can choose those strategies and hook up to the trading strategies. That's been their model.
All the money and everything is into USDT, right? Like that's how people will choose the spots.
Yeah, for the smart contract for the Daisy crowd. Yeah. So for example, we'll have a real-time conversion when they're enrolling. It's a real-time conversion we pull off the blockchain, Tron to dollar value.
Got it. Okay, so it'll be that time, and that money gets locked in US dollars, and then based on that is the return. And you told me that there's no fixed, like no fixed day of the return. It's not like daily profits. It's going to be once a week. It can be couple of times a month. So it's totally variable,
Right.
correct?
Yeah, it's a real-time trading account. So, I can't wait to get her video out. She talks about this as well. Their strategy of trading is it's not high frequency trading.
Okay.
So, and the reason is in crypto, the fees are pretty high. Transaction fees are pretty high. So you can do high frequency in Forex because, you can have next to nothing. If you're a broker, you can have next to nothing on the fees. But in crypto, if you're doing 100 trades a day and you're only making a little bit, you pay a lot in fees. So their crypto strategy has really been a breakout strategy. So what they're doing is they're catching the moves up and the moves down. On average, Bitcoin can have, 6% moves every day, right? So they're catching these moves, whether it be, a day, a week, a month. They're getting in towards the bottom, they're getting out towards the top, and they're catching those moves. And that's just been their strategy. And it's long term, it's conservative, it's lower risk, and it's been successful for them. So in our model, you don't know. I mean, there's times where you could enter a trade, and I mean, like right now, they're in a trade with Ethereum right now that's been going for 2 months, right? They got in at, whatever, 300, 400 bucks, whatever it was. And they're still in that trade because every indicator shows that it's not time to exit yet. It's still got room ahead of it. So this is a very different, it's a very different message than what a lot of the marketing type of companies have done. Because, the marketing type of companies, they like to say things like guaranteed 1% a day, guaranteed 300% in so many days, whatever. They do these things. We all know it's not real. We all know that all those guarantees is taking new money that's coming in from starter packs and paying the old people, sprinkling the money out, right? And they're not actually transparently. The moment people stop joining, those things die out. I mean, take Ethereum chain, for example. Ether chain, and Andreas has said this, that if everybody stopped joining today, they can survive, they can make payouts for about 50 something days. So they've got enough to pay out for 50 days and then everything dies, right? Because they need new money coming in. And our model, it's completely the opposite. And it's full transparency, and the money is actually in trade accounts, and you get what you get. If it loses money, it loses money. If it makes money, it makes money. And people will be able to see that in real time. So none of this daily payout, none of these, we got to be real careful. I know it's hard for marketers, but we got to be real careful not to step into that guarantee world and say, hey, we guarantee 300% returns or anything like that, because I think we want to tell a different story. And I think the upside, the other thing is this, those other companies usually have caps.
I like how you separate the crowd from the fund. Has to be done this way, so that one piece goes to the marketing and the other piece is whatever it earns.
Yeah, when I put this model together, honestly, I looked at it as an insurance policy. I said, what I'm excited about is the crowd. The crowd. I think we can have an aggressive comp plan. It's always been my dream, not always, for the last several years. It's been my dream to one day start a company where we have networkers that are earning $100 million. I've had dreams of this, of having events and handing out $100 million, checks going, they just made 100 million.
So this excites me. Like this, like to actually have some kind of an event with recognition.
Yeah, we plan on doing all of that. Not as a company, but as a team of leaders, right? Certainly it will be, we don't even call it a company, but it will be, my dream would be for all of us as top leaders to build really great relationships. And then we strategize together for these types of things, right? Where it's not a centralized type of deal, but where we get together and say, okay, what can we do? What do we need to do to make this amazing? And so we say, let's have an event, and we all mastermind around that event. And we throw the biggest and best events the industry's ever seen. So I would love to see this happen. And I would love to see all the top leaders working together to pull this off without any egos or anything like that. But just as a big community, we work together to create that kind of energy, right? So yeah, I would love to do those kind of things. And, we plan on that. So for sure. But for me, the trading is an insurance policy. It's an insurance policy that protects the comp plan.
Can you walk me through the numbers of the comp plan, what do you think, you know, is we are shooting for, to reach, you know, let's say $100,000 in income, $500,000 in income? Like what would it take?
Yeah, so I can tell you this: when I first decided to start talking to leaders, one of the decisions I made is I'm really going to only talk to leaders that want to make at least 10 million in 2021, because I think that that's a really doable number for any leader in our model is 10 million in 2021. So if you look at the numbers, you can count on this, that in the matrix, you can count on 3 to 4% on the matrix, right? And so you add the infinity bonus to that, which is another 1%, and you add the check match to that, you're really at about 5%. You're at about a 5% take. So if a leader says, okay, I want to make 10 million, and 10 million is 5% of what? And that's when you say, okay, if my team did $200 million in total revenue, 200, yeah, I'm walking away with $10 million. Not counting the, some of the extra bonuses in there, but just not counting the residual and stuff like that. But just from the matrix component with the check match, with the infinity bonus, you're looking at $10 million. So, and that's doable. I built teams that have done.
Hold on. How to get to the 10 million? let me share my screen. Can you make me? Or to be
the way you get to 10 million is you fill up your matrix with packs 1 through 5.
Ankur, can you make me a host for a second?
Yes, 1 second. This guy Vladislav is messaging me. So I was closing him right now.
Oh, he's already joined me. So
yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you. He told me his conversation, so I was like, yeah, that's perfect. See, that's the benefit of
wait a second. He joined me too. No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll get you a 3-way with Vitaly and you join with him, no problem.
You realize we could pretty much put anyone we want on this webinar right now and we'd close them.
Yeah, I know. You got the 3, yeah, I mean, like this is entire Forsage basically in front of you.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, Vitaly, you're the co-host now.
Okay, so you have here upfront income. And by the way, 3 by 10 course matrix is can also get filled. Let's say on $100. It's how many people is that?
It's 88,000.
What happens when it gets filled?
So once it's filled with the $100 packs, but then everyone who upgrades to pack number 2, it starts another matrix. So every package has its own matrix. So
there's a ceiling essentially. The ceiling is when all of these packages get filled by 3 by 10. That's it. The maximum.
Yeah. So go down on the slides to the matrix slide. Couple more down. Right there. So go over to see where it says packs 1 through 7.
Yeah.
If you fill up your matrix with packs 1 through 7, just the matrix bonus, not counting the check match or anything else, it's 43 million.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. This is if all the positions get filled of all the 10 matrices, right?
That's all positions filled up with packs 1 through 7. If you do packs 7. Yeah, if you do 1 through 10, it's a total of 198 million in the matrix.
That's profit, not turnover. Is
that
profit?
Profit? Yeah, that's profit. If you filled up your matrix and everyone in your matrix did packs 1 through 10, you'd make 198 million, not counting check match, not counting the infinity bonus or any of the other bonuses, and not counting any of the residual income too. I personally think the residual income is going to be bigger than the front end money, to be honest with you.
Right.
It's going to take longer, but I think the payouts on the back end is going to be extraordinary. I think it's going to be more than the front end money. But here's a cool number, because I think that packs 1 through 5 is pretty realistic. If somebody bought packs 1 through 5,
all this upfront income, it looks like a lot.
It is. It's that matrix check match is going to be a big bonus. It's going to be a big payout because that puts you way outside of the 10 levels of the matrix. If you you know, if you have a person that lands on your 5th level and they build down 10 levels, then you're check matching 15 levels, right, on their deal. So that check match is going to be big. I think
you're matching the check on the matrix. Is that
on the matrix? Yeah.
How is this
So
possible?
if you have a leader that earns 10 million in the matrix, you earn 1 million.
Is this the matrix right here?
That's the packages.
Okay. This is the matrix.
Yep, that's the matrix. Yep.
So you get 4%, 4%, 3%. That's upfront.
That's up front from the package.
So that's where the 50 or 70% go to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's 40%, right? 4% going in 10 levels.
Yeah, it's 4, 4, 3. Yeah, it's 4, 4 on the first 2 levels, 4, 4 on the last 2 levels, and 3% in between. It's a total of 34%.
Okay.
But altogether is 51%.
Altogether, it's 46. So, so when somebody buys packs 8, 9, and 10, because 70% goes to trading and only 30% goes to the comp plan, it's 2%, 2%, 1.5, 1.5, and then 2%, 2%. So on packs 8, 9, and 10, the percentages have to go down because we have less money to work with. It's the same exact ratio, but the percentages go down. So the way the 46% comes from is you have 34% in the matrix. We have 5% that pays out to the referral. So whoever refers a person gets 5%. So now you're at 39%. We have a 10% check match. So 10% of 34% is 3.4%. So now you're at 39, 40, 41, 42, 42.4%. And then you have a 1% infinity bonus with 2 generations of check match. So there's another 2.5% there.
If all of that combined is 51%.
All of that combined is 46%.
34 plus 17?
No, it's not 34 plus 17. It's 34 in the matrix for packs 1 through 7. So in the matrix. And then on packs 8, 9, and 10 in the matrix, it's 17%.
So it's altogether 51.
No, so I'll explain. If you have, so let's say that somebody buys packs 1 through 7. So a total of 34% is going to pay out in the matrix. Another 2.5% is going to pay out in the infinity bonus. Another 5% is going to pay out in the fast start bonus, the referral bonus.
34% matrix.
Yeah, we're talking about only 1 to 7 packs for now.
Yep. So yeah, but this equation works. So 34 in the matrix, 5% fast start, 2.5% infinity, 1.1% pace setter bonus.
What?
1.1%.
What is that?
That's the pace setter bonus.
Pace setter?
If you hit a rank, yeah.
What is that?
So any leader who unlocks generation 10 in their first 30 days, they qualify for generation 10. They get a lifetime share in 1.1% of all of the packs in the company.
All I need to do is refer 24 people.
Yeah, 24 people, 128,000 total in contribution from those 24 people. And then what are we missing? Oh, and then 10% of the matrix, so 3.4%
is the check match bonus.
Is a check match bonus. So you would also put 3.4% in there.
49, 42.
Another 3.4.
3.4.
Check match.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm missing anything. So if you add all that up, it should equal 46.
Yeah, 46%.
So now what I want you to do for packs 8, 9, and 10, all you're going to do is change the 34% to 17%. And you're going to change the 10% check match instead of 3.4, it's 1.7.
Okay.
And if you add all of that up, I think you're going to get 27.3% off the top of my head.
27.3 maybe.
Yep. So on packs 8, 9, and 10, 70% goes into trading and 27.3% goes into the comp plan. On packs 1 through 7, 50% goes into trading and 46% goes into the comp plan.
No. It's altogether 27%.
27.3% it should be.
Was 17 plus 5 plus 2.5 plus 1.1 plus 1.7.
Yep. Yeah, there it is. 27.3. So for packs 8, 9, and 10, 27.3 goes into the comp plan. And why is there a difference? Because only 17% goes into the matrix, because 70% is going into trading. And that was actually, and it's a really smart decision that we made. That was actually Edward's idea on that. And it's really smart because now people that are buying the higher packs, they feel they have more money trading, and it doesn't hurt the comp plan, because when you look at the numbers, I mean, look at those numbers. It's huge numbers. So it still works. The deal still works, but it makes the contributor more eager to buy the higher packs, because 70% of their pack actually goes to trading.
Yeah.
But to do that, we had to take the matrix from 34% to 17% for those 3 packages.
What is this $100 entry? So that's calculating just $100.
Yeah. You guys want to know what I think the sexiest part of it is what you're showing right now. The sexiest part of this whole thing is that levels 1 and 2, there's no requirements. And if you get spillover on levels 1 and 2, you make 48% of your package back. So look at that example right there. If I come in for $100 and I've got 3 on level 1 that spilled over, 9 on level 2 that spilled over, I make 12 plus 36. I make $48. So I just made $48 back from spillover. I've got $50 that's in a live trading account. I'm only $2 short from my entry fee. And I never referred a single person. And I have stock equity in the company when it goes public. And my $50 is going to grow.
And what about the second, the $200 package? Also the same thing?
Same thing, all the way through levels, actually through all of the levels, it comes out the same. You're going to make back almost all of your investment minus the trading. You're going to make back.
If the matrix, of course, will be filled.
3 by 9 month, 2 spots.
Then 48, if they don't refer anybody, so 48% they can get from spillover back.
Correct.
Plus that they're going to have the stocks, and they're going to have the trading.
Yep.
The trading itself, right?
Exactly right.
So overall, they should be breaking even soon.
Yeah, if they never refer a single person, right? This is incredible. And what really helped me, because for me, I said, I don't want a model where people lose money. So just knowing that 50% of that money is trading, and if they'll just leave it alone and let it trade, I know everybody's going to make money. They're going to make more than $100. That $50 will turn into $200 and $300 if they just let it sit there and trade. So at the end of the day, there's no casualties. And now we get to play full throttle in an aggressive compensation plan and sleep good at night, knowing that no one loses money.
That's really good. That's really good.
It's a perfect combination of Foresight and Tron chain equal to Daisy. That's how I look at it.
Don't take Vlad from me. We're working together. I messaged him a couple hours ago.
I'm not taking. I told him to join with you.
Yeah, because he's like posting pictures of you or something. I know your power. I have 3 spots below me, something like that.
If you guys do the model where you guys share a position and each get your own position underneath it that you build individually, it works really, really good, because you each get paid for what you build.
Yep.
But if somebody ends up in another leg, you're still overriding it because you're sharing the top position. And that's
you mean open another 3 accounts underneath yourself?
Exactly. So let's just use the
no, like our shared top account, and each one of us having the individual account.
It's
That's the
100% for leaders. It's 100% the smartest thing to do, because now none of you are above the other and you share equally the top position. So a third, a third, a third. And then, you know, if you guys have your own partners, you just cut them in on that, however you choose. But now each one of you also has your own build positions, 1, 2, and 3, that you get 100% of the earnings from. So you're not, you know, it's, I've shared this with a couple of teams that are doing this, and it makes really, really good sense if you have strong leaders, right? And obviously it doesn't work if you don't have 3 strong leaders, but if you have 3 strong leaders and you say, hey, let's not jockey for position, but let's team up and build together, it creates a hell of a scenario.
Yeah, it's like this. Like, for example, right now, because we have a shared spot, I don't need to fight with Vladislav. I'll be happy if Vladislav goes below you, for example. And a similar situation will happen with almost all the leaders who are common to us in Forsage and outside Forsage. So it's very easy for us to, basically get everyone in, bottom line.
Right.
And what I'm willing to do for you guys is a lot.
Is going to be here.
That's fine. That's fine. You go ahead.
You still benefit from it.
Yep. And I've so just so you know, I've spoken to Shohan, and Shohan is ready. And in fact, yesterday I was showing Jeremy screenshots. So Shohan, I got him below my second spot. So Shohan is going to be below me, and we all make money from Shohan also.
Where is your second spot?
So let's just say first is you, second is me, third is Simon. Let's just say.
Okay. So let's
number 1 is Vitali, number 2 is me, and number 3 is Simon, for example.
Are you going to open up another couple accounts here under?
No. This is a 3x10. This is not Forsage. We only want to stick to this structure, bro.
I'm only building one position and I'm splitting it. In this model, there's no need to do multiple positions.
Yeah, there's not 100% commission. So stacking is absolutely useless. Here, the whole goal is to fill 88,000 people.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm shortlisting 3 best leaders.
So let's say I bring somebody and they put $100,000.
Right.
How much I get in from this upfront?
Plus 4%, plus 4% on the top position divided by 3. So in a way, you make 5% plus 4%, 9% plus 1.3, 10.3%. So now you see there's no point in stacking accounts here.
There's 4% and 2%, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that's only the matrix bonus, right?
Yeah, ROI, of course. ROI also is like whatever is the distribution chart.
And then you also get, and here's what's cool, is on the back end, if you personally enroll them, so let's say you bring 1,000 people in, you get 3.5% of all of their trading profits. I mean, it's like owning your own hedge fund, guys. It really is like owning your own hedge fund, because anyone you personally refer, you get 3.5% of all their trading profits. And you get 1% of all of the trading profits of your unit level, all the way down through 10 levels, and with dynamic compression and with the infinity bonus. So you can get paid 1% to infinity on all of the trading profits in your organization.
I didn't get this part. You're talking about something else right now.
Yep. Scroll down a little bit to another slide. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going down. You'll see a unit level slide or a residual slide. I think 2 more.
You get also 5%, correct?
5% for every personal referral.
That's on top of the matrix.
Yes.
Even if somebody gets $100 and he brings somebody that puts all the packs, he'll still get 5%.
Correct.
That's really cool. Like this, I don't. This right here.
So yeah, go up one. Let me explain it to you. Go up one more to the infinity, because this is really important for you guys. So I put this in here for leaders. This is only for leaders. In order to qualify for this bonus, there's 2 ways to do it. If you achieve $1 million in total team volume in your first 30 days, or 10 million in total team volume with no time limit over any amount of time, with no more than 50% from any one of your personally recruited legs. So there's a 50% rule there. Then you qualify for this Infinity Club. Here's what happens on the Infinity Club. Once you qualify for the Infinity Club, you're going to get a 1% override to infinity of every single person that joins your team. Now, this is not in the matrix. This is in your personal enrollment tree. You're going to get a 1% override of every single pack that's purchased in your organization. Now, if a leader under you qualifies for this same bonus, they're going to get the 1% override for their entire downline, but you're going to get a 100% check match, which means you're still getting 1%, right? We just call it a check match, and it's the same thing. You still get 1% on that second generation, which could be hundreds and thousands of levels. If a third leader qualifies in one leg, that leader gets the 1%. The leader above them that qualifies gets the 100% check match, and you get the 50% check match. This bonus is going to be massive for leaders. Let's say that you have a unilevel organization. Let's say you guys have 500,000 people in your group, like you've done already. Let's say this one's bigger and better, and you get to 1 million people in your group. Every single package is purchased, even if they're outside of your matrix, you're getting a 1% bonus on every single package, every upgrade, every package.
All of this is coded in the smart contracts?
All coded in the smart contract.
Vitaly, just look at it this way. So our top account, your entire organization, my entire organization, Simon's entire organization, which goes deep, the top account is getting 1% from everywhere.
That's right.
Your 1% check match, my 1% check match, Simon's 1% check match.
Look at that Simon smile. Like calculating the zeros in the mind. Like, what version I'm going to buy next?
So this is on the packages when they're purchased. So now go to the next slide. So now let's talk about the back end money. So on the back end money, this is based on trading profits. And this pays out anytime someone withdraws their profits. And it'll also pay out automatically every 6 months, even if they don't withdraw their profits. So let's say someone keeps their money in trading for 2 years. Every 6 months, the system will automatically take 15% of the trading profits, and it'll pay out residual income through the smart contract. So on generation one, level one, which is all your personal referrals, unlimited, you get 3.5% of their trading profits. And then levels 2 through 10, you get 1% of all the trading profits. Now, remember, this is not the matrix. So this is not a 3x10. So if you have 1,000 personals, then you got 1,000 people on level one.
Oh,
so
this is not matrix. Okay, so this is unilevel.
This is unilevel, exactly. So this goes as wide as it goes. This just tracks your personal referrals. So there's enormous money in here. I mean, you're talking about a 1% residual bonus on all of the trading accounts, trading profits from your entire organization.
So
and on your personals is 3.5.
Let's say somebody has $100,000 in trading.
Okay.
I mean the packages, right? And out of that, let's say 70K is trading, correct?
Right. Yep.
And let's say they produce profits over time of $50,000. And this profit right here, you get paid 3.5%.
Correct.
Because this is the profit. How much they pay? How much they pay when you withdraw the profits? 50K. They pay all the 50K.
No. So the profits, they're going to get 70% of the profits goes to the distributor, goes to the contributor. 15% goes to the comp plan, and then 15% goes to Endotech.
So 7,500 will go to the comp plan.
Yep.
And out of that, you get 3.5% of that 7,500.
Yep. If they're a personal referral, and then you get 1% for everybody in your team.
That's not a lot of money.
It's a whole lot of money. If you have,
Two-
you have to,
$200. So they will need to make $50,000 in profit, and you make $200 out of that out of the profit you earn.
let's see, 50,000, 1% of 50,000 is 500. Yep. So let's do the math. How many people did you guys have in your?
Oh, they only distribute $7,500 to the here, correct?
We distribute. So yeah, we distribute 1% of the 50K.
1% of the total profits, Vitaly. So that's like $1,700, not $200.
Yeah, 1% of the 50K, 3.5% of the 50K.
This is from the 50K.
You got it.
Yeah.
Yep. So watch. Let me just show you an example. How many members did you guys have collectively in Forsage?
I don't know. Too many.
A lot.
500,000.
In Ethereum, I had 480,000.
Okay, let's round up. Let's call it 500. So let's say that you have 500,000 people that all made, I don't know, $1,000 in trading. So what's 500,000 times 1,000? 500 million? Or 5 million or 50 million?
That's a little optimistic, I would say. A little bit too optimistic.
Okay, well, let's just start there. Let's just say you had
people making $1,000 each.
if they made $1,000 in the year for the whole year of trading, they made $1,000.
Okay, let's say.
I mean, I don't even know what the number is. Let's see what the number is. We can always back it down, but 500,000 times 1,000.
$500 million.
All right. So what's 1% of that?
5 million.
So it's a $5 million residual.
5%.
Now,
Pretty good.
now go to the next slide.
What?
It's 5 million.
Why 5 million?
1%. 1% is 5 million.
Why 1%?
Well, because you're getting 1% on levels 1 through 10, and the residual has full dynamic compression. So for sure you're going to be earning 1%. But let me show you. It's going to get better. Go ahead and flip right now to the next slide. Remember this bonus? The infinity bonus, not only does it pay on the starter packs, but it also pays on the trading profits. You get 1% to infinity on top of the unilevel 1%. You get 1% to infinity on all of the trading profits in your organization. So now that 5 million just becomes 10 million.
That's if you reach the requirement.
Yeah, if you don't do $1 million in 30 days, I'm on the wrong webinar.
What will happen? Like, I mean, they haven't tested it for $500 million in trading. You know, it's and I already spoken to Dima a little bit about it because it's different.
Yeah, it behaves much differently with higher volume.
Yeah, you know, it's different to manage $500 million than to manage a couple.
It is. Dr. Anna was explaining to me how they've solved the volume problems, and it's actually going to lower the fees. But keep in mind, this is the real play. We're going to be limited to how much we can do in cryptocurrency trading. We know that. We know that 500 million cap is going to push us to the limit. But when we move into the Forex market,
payment will be in what currency for the packs?
Tron.
And somebody asked me if you're the CEO of the company.
No, there is no company. There is no CEO. We're an decentralized autonomous organization, and we're a smart contract. But I am the formulator of the smart contract in the model.
As founder, like Portis and guys were right.
Yeah.
Like Lado, you know.
Yeah.
So the Forex market we're gonna move into the Forex market. We're gonna move into the equities market as well. So this is all part of the roadmap. we can do it at any time, but we want to go ahead and we're acquiring, we're in the process of registering it actually, a licensed broker dealer and hedge fund, because when you move into Forex, you fall into a different level of regulation in a lot of countries. You're more regulated. So you have to manage that through a registered hedge fund. And so in the next 6 months, we'll have that registration complete, that licensing and all of that complete. So this allows, once we move into the Forex space, there's no limit. I mean, we could have, 10 billion in trading. It wouldn't matter. There's no capacity there. But in the crypto space, obviously there's less capacity and it's a different market. So that's why we're putting lower limits on the crypto space.
Are this company not overpaying, like in terms of sustainability?
No, it's
all
not.
the percentages are calculated.
It's not. No, we've done all the numbers. It's safe. I mean, it doesn't pay more than it has to pay. The company is still able to make money to be able to do what it needs to do. The founders are able to make money and be rewarded for what we created.
So how the company makes money? What are the how a company makes money exactly? Like where?
So I mean, when we say the company, keep in mind it's me and 2 other partners, right? So it's us. So each of us have our own position that we're building. So we have our own content.
No, but Endotech is.
Endotech. So Endotech gets 2% of every pack. They get 2%. So when you see that 46% payout, 2% goes to Endotech, and then 2% goes to my partners and I on the front end. So that's where the other 4% goes. Endotech also gets
40% go to the field and 4%.
46% goes to the field. 46 to the field
goes to the field, and 4% on top of that.
Yeah, that makes it 50%. So that's a total of 50%, and then 50%.
That is split to Endotech and you, essentially.
Yeah, Endotech and I have 3 partners that we share that. So we each get 0.5%.
You know, Ilya,
Yeah, sure do. Ilya is Edward's partner. So when I shared this with Edward, he goes, okay, he goes, I have a buddy Ilya that was wanting to do a network marketing company with Endotech. We've been talking about it. And he said, I have to bring him into this. So they're sharing one of the top 3 positions they're sharing. So they told me somebody in their group introduced them to you. Ilya's cool. He's a new friendship, but him and Edward have done a lot of business together for a long time.
So you, Edward, and Ilya are sharing like the very first position, essentially.
Yeah, and then I have one more silent partner that they're not going public yet. No one knows who she is, but she's a $40 million earner in network marketing.
Who's the Russian leader at the top?
So what else Endotech is making apart from 2% from the package for each package, 2% each package?
So that's all they're making per package is 2%. Now the top position of the matrix, position 001, that's the crowdfund position. So they are making the first 10 million from the top position goes to Endotech for the crowdfund, right? So that's capital for them. They're going to be able to pay salaries and hire employees and do everything they need to do for the Daisy project. So they get that revenue as well.
Where? What do you mean? What do you mean? Here?
The earnings of the top account.
Yeah, position 001 in the matrix, the top position.
001. Like
yes, the very top of the whole comp plan.
Yeah.
That's the crowdfunding position. And that position is what is crowdfunding Endotech. So
all of that money goes to Endotech?
The first 10 million, we're unlocking the matrix for that first position, and the first 10 million goes to Endotech. After the first 10 million, then we either look for another project, it goes back to the company, whatever we do. But the first 10 million goes to Endotech.
That's on top of the 2%. That's from the matrix.
On top, yeah. The 2% is not considered crowdfunding. The 2% is considered operation cost for them to be operating and running the trading and doing what they're doing. So they get 2% off the top. That's pretty typical in hedge funds, by the way. Hedge funds normally do 2 and 20. So they do 2% on the front end and then 20% on the back end. Is pretty typical for a hedge fund manager. So they're getting 2% on the front end of every pack. So if we do $1 billion in sales, they're going to get 20 million from that.
$1 billion in sales will get 20 million.
Plus the 10 million crowdfunding. And then they also get then, so remember on the back end, 70% goes to the
investor, 15%.
the investor. Yep. 15% goes to the comp plan. And then there's 15% left over that goes to Endotech.
So that 15% entirely goes to Endotech, or it also gets
No,
shared
we
between you and
share.
the partner?
Yeah,
Okay.
they get 50%, and then we split the other 50%.
Out of the 15% of any kind of profits whatsoever that anybody generates.
Yeah, 7.5% goes to Endotech.
Jeremy is about to make $100 million.
That's for sure.
What are you going to do with $100 million, Jeremy?
That's a question for my wife, guys.
Are you going to buy a yacht? Are you going to relocate?
Yeah, there's a few things we definitely want to do. You know, we definitely want to come back to Dubai. So we're definitely going to buy a home in Dubai, and that's something we're going to do. But we got some, we got a lot of things we want to do. My daughter has autism. She's on the autism spectrum, and so we have a real heart for kids in a lot of countries. Like my wife is from Uzbekistan, and a lot of countries they don't even acknowledge.
Really, my wife is too.
He's from Uzbekistan?
Yeah.
No way, dude. My wife's from
Uzbekistan. Azerbaijan. It's different.
Azerbaijan, yeah, it's the same, right next door. Right next door.
Baku.
That's crazy. Yeah, they'll have to hang out, man. I'm sure they'll be great. My wife's from Uzbekistan, from the city of Samarkand. So.
No, I don't want to hang out with her. I separate.
That's funny. But yeah, so like there's a lot of things we want to do. There's a lot of things we want to do for good. But yeah, we're gonna definitely buy a home in Dubai and upgrade here in California too. Throw a big party for the team.
You're from where, Jeremy?
I was raised in Akron, Ohio, state of Ohio in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. And right now you're in Ohio?
California. No, now I'm in California.
Okay.
Orange County, Southern California.
I see.
Simon, you were about to ask a question earlier. We were still running through some numbers, but you were about to ask a question.
I wanted to ask about the legal aspect of this whole thing, because that will be an important question. How we can protect this company from SEC authorities and all that legal stuff.
So in the U.S., we're going to have a disclaimer for every U.S. IP address. This is the biggest market that we have to really be careful in. That only accredited investors can participate. They'll have to check a box and acknowledge that they've read those terms. What that does is that takes the liability off of us as a company, and they're accepting that liability for themselves. We're registered as a crowdfund entity in Estonia, is where we're registered. So Estonia has very good laws for crowdfunding and also for digital currency.
You register in Estonia?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For crowdfunding?
Yeah, there's no licensing for crowdfunding in Estonia, so it's not a license that you get, but the company itself, the category that we still have to follow the regulation of crowdfunding. When we move to Forex, that's when we have to actually have the licensing, right? So once we move into the regulated markets outside of crypto, we have to make sure that, that we have the proper licensing. But we're already
starting to get more and more regulated.
Yeah. Estonia though is a great jurisdiction. It's why a lot of crypto companies register there, because they're very crypto friendly, and it's good. So the protection mechanism that we have is that it's all blockchain based. We're doing it through tokens, not fiat, and it's all smart contract blockchain based. And then in the US, we will have some parameters there that just protect us legally as well. It's real important for us that we finish the licensing and we get the hedge fund and the broker dealer license in the next 6 months, because that will really protect us as well when we go into the markets like Forex and equities markets. That's required. So that'll be a good layer of protection. But the crowdfunding laws are in our favor for sure. The crowdfunding, we fall into the category of what's called equity crowdfunding. And equity crowdfunding allows the company to offer equity in the company in the form of stocks or dividends and it also allows them to offer profit sharing. So one of the things you'll hear in our messaging is not you're investing into a trading account. It's not our message. Our message is you're investing into a technology company, Endotech, and part of the development of Daisy AI is they need to have this trading account that's operating and they're proving the algorithms, et cetera, et cetera. So your money is being used as a contribution to the crowdfund. Your reward is any profits that are generated are then given back, following this formula. So we're not promoting trading, we're promoting crowdfunding. And it just so happens that the project we're crowdfunding is a trading platform, and the rewards that you get are profit sharing as a crowdfund member. It sounds like it really is the same story, but it's very different language, right? Very different, a very different context. So your money is going into the crowdfund for this project. Part of that money is used in live trading accounts for the development of this next generation of AI. Any profits that are generated from those trade accounts are shared back to the community, the crowdfunding members.
But it isn't qualified as a security or something like that. When you split, like you invest, it's essentially investing to get profits.
Yeah. So in the crowdfunding model under Estonia and EU law, we're safe there. In the US, we do have to put the disclosure for accredited investors only. In the US, that is correct.
Almost nobody is an accredited investor apart from rich.
Right. But we're gonna protect ourselves by making them check a box and say that they are.
So even if they are not an accredited investor, they'll check the box.
Well, that's up to them. I mean, that's their responsibility, but we're going to make it real clear that only this offer is only for accredited investors. Because we're doing this through digital wallets and through smart contract, we're not taking, IDs and KYC and people's names and all that stuff. So there's no way for us to verify that. So we have to take them at their word.
Yeah, but
you have a glimpse of how the back office is going to look like?
Yeah, it's in the slideshow. If you go up to some of the slides, I put a couple of screenshots in there.
This?
Mm-hmm.
This looks like an app.
Yeah. It functions like an app. It's actually a decentralized app. It's a web-based D app.
You can access it through the.
You'll access it through your browser, through your wallet browser. So like Tron Wallet or Tron Link are probably the two best ones to use. Tron Link you can put on your computer as well, so you can use it on Chrome if you want to go into Chrome. So it has a full. If you're on your computer, it will function as a back office.
So here I can say that 814%. That's an average annual. That's for two years essentially. Or three.
That's their annual, that's their annual on that strategy. Now that's the alpha strategy. So for that strategy, which is a long and short strategy, it's more of a high risk strategy. So we're not going to, we would never put all the money into a high risk strategy in the portfolio. But yeah, that's one of their two highest performing strategies. So not all their strategies perform. And I'm very open with that. I tell people that I'm showing you the two highest performing strategies. I'm bragging on the two highest performing strategies of Endotech. They have other strategies that more realistically are, 100, 200, 300% a year returns. And of course, this is without Daisy. This is the original AI platform. So Daisy is going to make it all better. But I want people to see what's possible.
They started this from January, like before they were not doing the alpha.
Correct. Yeah. So that account, that's the numbers based on if you would have invested January of 2018 until I think I pulled this report on the 9th of November, I think 9th or 13th. I don't remember, but I pulled this report to that date. And to that date, it was a total of 2,239%.
And they also have this beta strategy. No, I'll ask them directly on Wednesday about all of this strategies. Ankur, how come you don't have any questions? Like I've asked already like 50 questions. You don't have any questions.
I
Me?
think Simon does.
No, I'm
Simon
okay. I'm okay. I'm writing them down. You know, I can just text you. We already had a Zoom before, right? Like
Yeah.
2 Zooms already. So you know, we asked whatever we needed, and then there are other questions we're gonna ask them WhatsApp or something.
One
Cool.
question, Jeremy. So, so as I understand from the trading side, so let's say someone joins today, puts in 100,000. So it's not necessary that the trading will start immediately on that money, correct?
Correct. Their money will go into the trade accounts immediately, but it's not going to enter a trade until it's the right time to enter a trade, right?
And the users can see all that, like when the trade starts and stuff like that.
Yeah, they'll be able to see all that reporting. The way the reporting will work in the back office is each package will have its own report next to it. So, let's say someone buys the $100 pack, but next month they buy the 200. Well, they'll see each of those separately. They'll see the trading balance for each of those separately, because each of those will have entered the market at different times at different price points.
Got you. Okay. And